Greetings, Spooky Appalachia and Jared King TV. My name is Ron, and I recently found both of your channels. I enjoy both of you and the work you do together. I wanted to send this along in hopes that you guys can use it. If you enjoy, I have plenty more where this came from that I'll be sending. My story goes back to 1974 on the Kentucky-Virginia line. I got up about 4:30 a.m. to go hunting. I've been an avid hunter my entire life, just like my father and his father before him. I gather my gear and head to my pickup truck with a cup of coffee, excited for a morning hunt. I load my gear up in the back and stick my rifle in the cab. I start to back out of the driveway when I notice strange lights in the sky. I stopped and just glared at it for a few minutes. It was orange, green, red, and white in color. Its size would fluctuate. I shrug it off, thinking it may have been an airplane, and pull off into the road. As I'm driving, I usually met with some light traffic from people going to work. Not this morning. This morning was strangely different. I pull on to the road my hunting area is on, and then just pull off the road back into the woods about 300 foot and park. I get out and begin grabbing my gear and rifle. There was an eeriness about the woods that morning. Still dark. Moon was barely shining and light fog. The woods seemed lonely. I've never felt like that before, ever. Suddenly, the lights in the sky appeared just above me, about treetop height, and begins to get lower. I began to tremble. They lower, making a bizarre humming sound, and then silence, except for what sounded like things walking all around me in the darkness. And then that stops too. A beam shines down on me from the multicolored lights, and from what I can best describe, a very tall, slim, silver being walks to the center of the beam. I'm almost paralyzed from shock and awe at this point. There, about 20 feet from me, stands this silver being with no features whatsoever. Then a voice comes from it and says, "I shall return again." And then I wake up in my truck, only now it's daylight and about 10 a.m. I never told anyone about this for more than 20 years in fear of what I would be called and thought of. What if they know I said something and then come back? Because so far, they haven't returned, as far as I know, not to me anyway. However, technically it said it would return. It never said when. Thank you both for not judging people for their experiences they can't explain. It's nice to know we have somewhere we can go people will believe us. I highly encourage others to share their experiences to these fellas. They truly are genuine. So again, thank you so much, Spooky Appalachia and Jared King TV. God bless you both. Sincerely. Well, I won't say his name. He might not want that. But man, what a story.
Yeah,
Woo.
and what a story, an encounter, and I mean, just wow. That's one of them mind blowers,
Yeah. We've been getting some wild UFO stories.
Yeah.
Like the UFO stories didn't used to creep me out, but these ones that we're getting in, man, I'm just like, oh. I mean, they're seeing creatures and just very, very odd UFO sightings. I mean, they're all. I mean, the first set of them that I got was I saw this craft, and that was it.
Yeah, you may get a brief description of just like some lights,
Yeah.
or just the description of the craft, but man,
Oh man, that is crazy, 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 crazy.
yeah, a
Oh,
silver looking being with no discernible features. I mean, wow.
man.
Literally.
Yeah, I was just picturing it in my head when I was reading it. I was like, oh man, like it was happening to me,
Yeah.
and it just ooh. Wow. Thank you so much for this story. I'm so glad you listened to us, and I'm proud to say that you do. He did send a note back. Let's see. Oh, he said that he has pondered on what happened within that missing time, but he always draws a blank. He had a couple of theories. One was perhaps they took him somewhere in the craft. He thinks maybe they could have been somewhere else on Earth or even out in space or two. Maybe they experimented on him, he thinks. He said that weeks after the event, that he would find that recent memories would come and go, but the ones from his childhood that were normally kind of hazy were extremely vivid, and he could remember them very clearly.
That is wow. That is
Ooh, ooh, ooh,
man, oh man.
man.
I mean, dang, to be, to
Ooh,
have
wee.
your recent memories kind of faded, but old memories being super vivid, like he says, I mean, man, what could they have done?
Dude, this is chilling. I
Yeah,
can't
it
wait to
really is.
see what other stories he says he's got.
Yeah,
He says he's got more he's going to send. We definitely want them. Please, please send them.
absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that was amazing.
Yeah,
Whew.
that's definitely one of those that'll send chills up your spine and then chase it back down.
Yeah. And speaking of, if you want to send us a story, you can send it to spookyappalachia@gmail.com or send it snail mail to Spooky Appalachia, P.O. Box 569, Radford, Virginia 24143.
And
Or you,
always remember. Oh, sorry.
oh, I
I
was going
came
to
in early.
say, a couple people write in just to say, hey, that's okay too.
Yeah, 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 definitely. If yeah, like me, if you don't do good with technology, write them in. Write your story out on a piece of
Hmm.
paper, fold it up, mail it in.
Yeah.
But also, folks, don't forget, be sure and hit the like button. If you're new or haven't done it yet, hit subscribe. It's absolutely free. And share out. Tell your friends, your family, tell all the local critters about us. And for every like and subscribe, you are more likely not to get abducted by aliens.
Yeah. And thank y'all for tuning in. And don't forget, stay
Stay
spooky.
spooky.